So after you have all of your pieces in the desired room that the customer would like, we're going to go over the steps of assembly. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get the headboard unwrapped. Once your headboard is in its desired spot, you're going to unwrap the side rails. They're going to be wrapped individually in foam. Once you get it unwrapped, your partner, one of your partners, two of you, one of them is going to be holding the headboard either on this side or on the inside, because there's always going to have all this extra room in here. The other gentleman is going to take the side rail. There's going to be two of these 9/16 bolts. You're going to have to remove them out of the side rail. They're going to be in the side rail. You remove those out, take the side rail, place it onto this bracket, take your drill or ratchet, start with the top one. Don't tighten it all the way, keep it semi-loose, and then do the next one. Once you have them both in there, then go ahead and tighten them both down. All right, so once you have both side rails attached to the headboard, we're going to come down here to the foot of the headboard, and you're going to have this long piece of wood here that's going to be separate. It's going to have two long 2-inch screws, and one is going to go right in this hole here. You're going to make sure that it's flush up on top. So once you do one side, your partner will be holding the other side up. Finish one side, go over to the other side, punch that screw in, and that is one of the next step done. All right, we're on to the next step of attaching the front or the footboard upholstered part onto the storage drawer. Depending on your preference, you can build this on the ground like this, or you can take the whole drawer and go vertical in order to put this face of the footboard on. It comes with 5 long screws, 5 long bolts. Best way to start with is to start on one end, work your way down. So start with one of these 2 bolts here. Don't tighten them again like we were talking about up by the headboard. Get them started probably about halfway through. Once you're done with that side, work your way down to the other end. Do those 2 and then come back, and there's one more right in the middle here. That would be the last one you're going to want to get started to tighten. Once all 5 are kind of tightened up, then go ahead and tighten the rest of them down, and the headboard, or excuse me, the footboard upholstered part is attached. All right, on to the next step after you've attached the upholstered footboard cover. We're going to working on the glides being pulled out to attach to the side here. We do have a video on our website in reference to all of our glides, so if for some reason this isn't clear, you can always refer back to that as a reference. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get the drawer just kind of placed on the floor here. We're going to pull out these extensions. There's one here, and then there's one on the inside. So you're going to want to make sure you pull this one out first and then extend this one all the way out. Now remember, this drawer is going to be loose. It's not going to be tightened yet, so you're going to have a lot of little wiggle rooms. You're going to make sure this middle extension comes all the way out as far as it can go to where it touches the upholstered right here. All right, now that we have our glides pulled out and knowing where to start from there, we're going to attach four screws on this side of the storage drawer as well as the other side of the storage drawer. So the first step is doing these 2 where my fingers are right here. You can start with either one. Just go ahead and tighten this one down and then this one, with one partner doing the drilling, the other partner kind of lifting it up a little bit, because you're going to have to lift it up a little bit to get it off the ground. So once you tighten up these 2, you and your partner are going to go to the other side of the drawer and work on the same 2 just on the other side. All right, so after you've tightened up the 2 bolts over here and as well as over there, as I explained before, the reason why doing those 2 first and not just doing 4 on one side is you want to make sure that the drawer is balanced. If you were to go and do this side first, that side would be unbalanced. So that's why we work our way with these 2 here as well as those 2. So the final step here of attaching the storage drawers is going to be, after you've done these 2 over here and those 2 over there, you're going to see there's 2 more bolts in here, except these are on this different kind of extension rod where there's still the same holes, still screwing it in, but you do have to do a little maneuvering here to get at the screw. You can see what I mean by that by just kind of moving this back and forth. You can see where that one screw is. Once you get that one on, just to move this down a little bit, and you can see where the last one is. So you're not really having to lift up anymore on it because it's already been balanced out. It's just a matter of finding the hole for the screw there and finding the hole for the screw right there. All right, so after we've attached the 4 screws on to the rods there, the storage drawer is attached. One last thing to do is push it in, and you're all set. One of the issues we have seen though is if the bed is not squared, you will have a tendency to see it not close all the way. So it's as simple as just kind of adjusting it. As you can see here, we got a little gap on this one. That means it's not squared. So it's just a matter of pushing the bed and finding where it is squared. All right, last step for assembling the upholstered bed is we have a set of 12 metal slats. Each slat has a hole on one end as well as on the other end of the slat. And all you're doing is taking and putting on 12 metal rivets that are set up all along the side of the bed. So you're just pretty much just taking the one side, finding the hole, placing it, and putting it on like that. It is normal to have a little wiggle in the slat. Once the customer puts their mattress down, that alleviates that